While tools like ChatGPT and OpenAI have taken the world by storm, we are still in the very early stages of the AI revolution. Marketing agencies are just beginning to dip their toes into the AI waters.
What I'm finding so far is that there are only a few people who do a really good job at utilizing AI, and most people are just not practiced. You know, when we introduced it to several people or people I've talked to, they usually go, hey, tell me about this. They're just asking very basic questions and looking for a basic answer in return.
So what should marketing agencies be doing instead?
Really, it's three things, right? I think it helps with content, I think it helps with data, and then I think it helps with research.
And that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video, along with some use cases you may not have seen before. Let's dive in. The first way to scale your marketing agency with AI is with content creation. According to Siege Media, a content marketing campaign can cost you between $8,000 to over $40,000 a month, depending on the size of your business. With AI, you can greatly reduce the time it takes to produce content.
You know, the biggest one right now that we see at our agency is going to be content writing and copywriting. It's going to be able to really change a lot of things, how we, deliver content, how we come up with ideas for content. Typically in the industry, things are priced by the number of content deliverables or the word count, essentially. Word count's not really a constraint anymore.
The most famous one at the moment is ChatGPT. It does a really good job at generating ideas for you. It's amazing at helping you to procure content. Content, I think now is probably more important than it ever has been. Good content writers are expensive. You can find cheap ones, but you get what you pay for. And so not only is it helping you save time, but it's helping you to save some money too.
Apart from writing, graphic design is another key aspect of content creation that can be scaled using AI.
The ones that are really cool that I think are really going to change the name and the game in marketing is like the visual AI tools, like DALL-E is a really big one. And it's just incredible because one, it kind of feels like you already get copyright ownership automatically. I don't know if legally that's true, but like you're creating a unique image for your brand, for your business, whatever you're using it for. And the ability for DALL-E or these other image AI tools to create something unique that you can then purpose for your content is incredible.
But it's important to remember the limitations of AI when creating content. Right now, human-generated content is still king. But combined with your human expertise, it is a powerful tool that levels up your content.
We never let AI do the work. Everything that we utilize AI for is to come up with really good ideas or to outline things, but we never just do a copy-paste. As wonderful as AI is, it's missing personality.
There's nuance to everything, right? And if you're building a brand or if you're marketing on behalf of a brand, you have to understand what that nuance is. And generally speaking, an AI tool isn't going to capture that nuance. It can capture like the industry as a whole or the business as a whole, but in terms of like the things that really make that brand who that brand is, AI is typically not going to get that.
The biggest tip I have is, since we do a lot of blog posts, if you are putting long form content online, to really leverage the non-written components more than ever. Things like infographics, expert quotes, survey data, embedding videos that are relevant. Those things are just going to become even more and more impactful as a differentiating factor.
Having said that, we can see that people are pushing the boundaries. For example, Jeremy Rivera on Twitter showcased how he used AI to create a character in Midjourney and then used a range of AI tools to add voice and animation to the character. So while the technology is still in its infancy, it shows incredible promise for content creation. AI video generation tools like Synthesia already allow you to generate your videos in more than 60 languages with just text-driven commands. And while content is currently the most popular use case for AI, it's not the only one.
If you're just using AI for content, I feel like you're really falling short of the potential that it has to offer. It is amazing at using it for data, right? To pick out or run algorithms or to pick out low-hanging fruit or good keyword types of discoveries or link opportunities, some anomalies that you can spot. Sometimes you can do downloads of data from Google Analytics, or sometimes it's from Search Console, or maybe one way that we've are starting to mess around with it a little bit is in Google Ads. We can download spreadsheets and performance metrics and just see what it is that we're missing. It can help us to potentially write better ads. If we give it the right parameters, it can come with additional wording that maybe some of my strategists and account managers just haven't thought of.
Efficient data analysis and, more importantly, data insights is another area that AI can help your agency with. ChatGPT can empower your team to discover new insights.
Cleaning large data sets. So there's a lot of thought leaders out there for doing spreadsheet formulas. They write Python, JavaScript. A lot of beginners or people that just don't have that experience are going to be able to ask AI tools to help them in a more conversational way. So they can say, hey, I want in this data set to find XYZ and create me a spreadsheet formula, and it's going to find a way to do it that most average spreadsheet users are probably not using. So it's going to help them be way more efficient.
Imagine someone on your team trying to determine the most effective marketing campaign for a new product. They can generate natural language queries, which is a geeky way to say questions in plain English, to provide ChatGPT with different variables such as audience demographics, ad placement, and messaging, and then ask ChatGPT for insights. This may allow your team to discover a previously unknown correlation between audience engagement and ad placement that can significantly improve their campaign success. Here's an example of you as an agency owner asking ChatGPT to provide you with a visualization and related insights of the distribution of customer churn across your customer segments. Using AI for research is another way to leverage it for scale. AI is able to pull information much faster than a human can. If you're already using ChatGPT to help with a blog post or a video script, you can also use it to research the topic better, or even use it to find stories or metaphors to help demonstrate points better. But that's not all.
And then I think that you can give it opportunities to run macros and help with keyword research. It could be extrapolation of some of the keywords, audiences, it could be fact-finding information. I've used it a lot, like I have the search engine. Sometimes I check in Google to see what an answer is for something. And then I also ask ChatGPT, and I find that I'm finding some dichotomies between the answers that it gives. And it's just a more full answer. It helps me understand a lot more.
Even with all this, it's important to remember that it still may take effort to derive what you need. For example, you have to get creative with the prompts you provide to ChatGPT. Generic prompts yield generic answers. Say you want ChatGPT to help you with your copywriting. Instead of telling it to write you a summary on how your product helps prospects with X, Y, and Z, get creative to make it more effective. Ask it who are the most successful copywriters from the past 30 years, and pick one of the styles you think would make it more interesting. Let's pick John Carlton. Then ask it to summarize, in the words of John Carlton, how your product helps prospects with X, Y, and Z, and give it an estimate of the word limit. But with most AI-generated content, you don't want to simply copy and paste it. Use it as a starting point and inject your own expertise to enhance the content quality. With the recent release of ChatGPT API at a really low price point, we will see developers rush to release a range of AI-driven applications. The ChatGPT API was released with Whisper API. Whisper is an automatic speech recognition system that enables transcription in multiple languages, as well as translation from those languages into English. You could potentially just talk to AI without need for typing out instructions like we do now, and get AI to help your marketing agency develop your next SEO and PPC strategy. Maybe AI will even run the campaigns based on your voice commands. While there may be a few limitations to start with as the functionality of these AI tools evolve, the possibilities are endless, and your agency does not want to get left behind. How far along are you with using AI at your agency? Let us know down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification button to stay updated with our future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.